On April 29, 2026, Tesla confirmed that the first Tesla Semi rolled off the new high-volume production line at the dedicated 1.7 million square foot factory adjacent to Gigafactory Nevada in Sparks. This transition from pilot builds to industrial-scale manufacturing is what the entire economic case for the Semi has been waiting for. Electrek, TeslaNorth, and AutomotiveWorld all confirmed the milestone. The factory is designed for 50,000 trucks annually. Analyst projections for 2026 deliveries range from 5,000 to 15,000 units, and Electrek noted even that range sounds optimistic given how early the ramp is. The ramp will be gradual. That caveat matters, and this video will not skip it. The most common mistake people make evaluating the Semi is comparing the purchase price directly to diesel. The long-range version is priced at approximately $250,000 to $290,000, roughly double the $150,000 to $180,000 cost of a new diesel Class 8 truck. But professional fleet operators do not buy vehicles this way. They evaluate total cost of ownership over the vehicle's operating life. According to the American Transportation Research Institute's most recent data, the total operating cost of a traditional diesel Class 8 truck is approximately $2.26 per mile. Fuel alone accounts for 60 cents to 70 cents of that figure and fluctuates with global oil prices. Dan Priestley, Tesla's semi-program lead, confirmed on the Q3 2025 earnings call that running the Semi 500 miles costs approximately $275 in electricity versus approximately $520 for diesel. Basenor's analysis of fleet data confirms running costs 50% cheaper than diesel in California and 20% cheaper nationwide. At that differential, applied over the years of commercial operation that fleet operators actually plan for, the economics of the purchase price gap close faster than most analysts initially model. Real-world efficiency data from commercial operators now validates what Tesla claimed at the original unveiling. DHL Supply Chain confirmed energy consumption of 1.72 kilowatt-hours per mile on a fully loaded 390-mile route. ArcBest logged 4,494 miles over 3 weeks, averaging 1.55 kilowatt-hours per mile, better than the 1.7 kilowatt-hours per mile official target. Moen Transport, a cross-border freight company, recorded 1.64 kilowatt-hours per mile across 4,700 miles. The pilot fleet collectively logged 13.5 million miles with 95% uptime, confirmed by Priestley and Basenor. One truck alone hit 440,000 miles. These numbers come from real revenue freight operations, not test track conditions. They are the floor of credibility for everything else the economic case rests on. The 4680 battery cell co-location strategy is the structural cost advantage that separates the Nevada Semi factory from any competitor's approach. The 4680 cells powering the Semi are manufactured in the same Gigafactory Nevada complex, eliminating the supply chain bottleneck that forced Tesla to deprioritize the Semi for years while it allocated batteries to higher-volume passenger cars. The Q1 2026 SEC8K filing confirms the Texas 4680 line at 40 gigawatt-hours production capacity with cathode materials and lithium refining in early ramp. Priestley confirmed the new production Semi is approximately 1,000 pounds lighter than early prototypes, from a combination of 48-volt architecture replacing the legacy 12-volt system, optimized battery housing, and the shift to 4680 cells. At 82,000 pounds gross combined weight, the federal limit, the 1,000-pound weight reduction translates directly into usable payload, which generates revenue. A single pound of payload at commercial freight rates across hundreds of thousands of annual miles is not trivial. The 48-volt low-voltage architecture deserves specific attention because it is rarely explained outside engineering publications. For over 70 years, commercial trucking has relied on 12-volt or 24-volt electrical systems that require thick, heavy wiring harnesses to deliver power to all auxiliary components. The Tesla Semi's full 48-volt architecture reduces wiring weight and complexity substantially, enables fully electric power steering instead of hydraulic, and provides the electrical infrastructure headroom for a dense sensor array required for autonomous driving. Priestley confirmed the 48-volt system, fully electric steering assist, and Cybertruck-derived actuators in his March 2026 Jay Leno's garage appearance. The electric steering is not just lighter, it is immune to hydraulic fluid leaks, one of the more common service events in conventional commercial trucking. The three-motor powertrain architecture delivers a specific operational advantage over diesel that fleet managers are noticing in real freight conditions. The dedicated torque axle with two motors handles acceleration and grade climbing. When the truck reaches steady highway speed, that axle disengages to eliminate mechanical drag, and a single rear efficiency motor handles all cruising. Priestley confirmed this in the Jay Leno interview. The result? A fully loaded Semi maintains 65 miles per hour on grades where diesel trucks drop to 35 miles per hour. Faster uphill speed means more miles per shift, fewer hours per delivery, and more trips per driver per week. The regenerative braking system handles approximately 80% of braking force electrically, confirmed by Priestley, reducing mechanical brake wear dramatically. Data from pilot fleets shows routine maintenance costs approximately 50% lower than diesel. For a fleet running hundreds of trucks, that maintenance differential has budget implications that compound year over year. The Megacharger infrastructure trajectory follows a deliberate synchronization with production. Before 2026, Tesla focused on depot charging, partnering with PepsiCo and Walmart to install charging at their distribution centers. That strategy did not require nationwide coverage because the Semi was running fixed depot routes. Phase 2 expands to public corridor charging. The first public megacharger for the Semi opened in Ontario, California in March 2026, at the intersection of Interstate 10 and Interstate 15 near Los Angeles, one of the highest volume freight corridors in North America. Tesla is targeting 66 megacharger stations across 15 states by early 2027 through a partnership with Pilot Travel Centers, beginning construction at multiple locations in 2026. The 1.2 megawatt charging capability allows a 70% battery replenishment in approximately 30 minutes, timed specifically to align with federal hours of service regulations requiring drivers to rest after 8 hours. The charging cycle fits inside the mandatory rest window. The competitive context is worth honest framing. The Freightliner eCascadia, Volvo VNR Electric, Kenworth and Peterbilt alternatives are all operational commercial electric trucks. Where they consistently diverge from the Tesla Semi: range. Competing electric Class 8 trucks currently offer approximately 200 to 250 miles per charge. The Tesla Semi long-range version delivers 500 miles at 82,000 pounds gross, confirmed in NACFE's Run on Less Electric Depot program, where one PepsiCo Semi completed 806 miles over 24 hours. That range gap determines which routes an electric truck can serve without a mid-route charging stop. A 250-mile range truck can cover regional distribution. A 500-mile range truck can cover long-haul freight corridors. The addressable market for those two range categories is not the same.